We've reached the midway point of this season's Champions League proper, and the farcically oversized table is thankfully starting to take shape, with Liverpool leading the way after making a perfect start to their campaign. Sporting CP, Monaco, Brest and Inter are just 2 points behind, while 9th place Atalanta are also unbeaten after 4 rounds of action. Elsewhere, 6th place Barcelona are flying under Hansi Flick, but we've already seen some cracks in the armour of Manchester City, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Bayern Munich and particularly Paris Saint-Germain. Real Madrid forward Kylian Mbappé was not named in France's squad to face Israel and Italy in Nations League games. Head coach Didier Deschamps said on Thursday. Deschamps did not say whether Mbappé, who played with his club in the 3-1 Champions League defeat by Milan on Tuesday, was injured, arguing his choice was a one-off decision and that the player wanted to come and join the team. The 25-year-old Mbappé, who has been struggling for form after moving from Paris Saint-Germain in a close season, missed 2 France games last month against Israel and Belgium. I've had discussions with him. It is a decision that I took for this block of matches only, Deschamps told the press conference. Kylian wanted to come. Barcelona midfielder Pedri was the latest to appear on one of Spain's high-profile late-night talk shows, speaking to Martinez and Hermanos, hosted by Dani Martinez. The topics they discussed ranged, but did include an insight into the disciplinary regime at the club. He explained, as recounted by Marca, that under Xavi Hernandez, Barcelona players would face fines for being late to training. I don't know why my phone didn't ring. I had dozens of missed calls. I got dressed in 30 seconds. I arrived and they were waiting for me for a recovery session. I came in red as a tomato. If it is a match day, it is always much more. If you go to a hotel and arrive late for a talk, it is a lot. Meanwhile, under Hansi Flick, the punishment is not financial, but missing out on games. It happened to Kunt. He was 5 minutes late, and he did not play. The Pedri explained, referencing a game against Delays earlier this season. The Frenchman was dropped at the last minute for Hector Fort. Poor piece of goalkeeping from Italy. No point. One Gianluigi Donnarumma cost Paris Saint-Germain all 3 points in the final minute of their Champions League clash against Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid on Wednesday night. The Parisians suffered a 2-1 loss to Atleti after Angel Correa managed to squeeze one past the former Milan goalkeeper in the 3rd minute of second half injury time. PSG took a first half lead but conceded an equaliser just 4 minutes later. The hosts had plenty of chances, particularly in the second half, to put themselves back ahead and close the game off. However, against a run of play, Atleti broke forwards late on through Antoine Griezmann, who sent a long ball over the top for Correa, who managed to squeeze it past Donnarumma, who will have been disappointed with his attempted save. According to SPO-RT, the Catalan club now suspects that the €60 million rated Dutch midfield star may be intentionally stalling negotiations in order to leave for free in 2026 when his contract expires, without making his intentions clear. Hansi Flick has indicated that John will be an important player for him and has already given the Dutchman his first start following his recovery from a lengthy ankle injury. Furthermore, the Blaugrana paid €70 million for his transfer, so losing him on a free transfer would be a significant setback for the club. Real Madrid's defence of their La Liga and Champions League titles has not gotten off to the best of starts, as Los Blancos have struggled to find their right balance following Kylian Mbappe's incorporation into the side. Over the last couple of weeks, the 15-time Champions League winners have seen humbling defeats by Barcelona and AC Milan, putting into question Ancelotti's immediate future. Sports Mole selects its Champions League Team of the Week from the 4th set of fixtures in the league phase of the competition. It was always likely to be the case that Milan would need their goalkeeper to have a strong game at Bernabeu if the Italian outfit were to secure a positive result against Real Madrid, and Mike Maignan was brilliant between the sticks. Barcelona's Jules Koundé was the standout defender in this round of action, with the Frenchman incredibly providing 3 assists from right back. Denzel Dumfries is selected on the opposite side for his performance in Inter's win over Arsenal, with the Netherlands international in excellent form, winning 4 aerial duels and 4 tackles, playing a leading role in his side keeping a clean sheet. Centre-back spots are awarded to Dinamo Zagreb's Raul Torrent and Milan's Malik Tayou. The former was at his towering best in his side's 4, 1 victory over Slovan Bratislava, winning 2 aerial duels and 3 tackles, while his use of the ball was also excellent. Curtis Jones was brilliant in Liverpool's 4-0 win over Leverkusen. PSV's Malik Tillman, who was excellent against Girona on Tuesday night, the 22-year-old got his name on the score sheet in the 4-goal win. Final midfield position is awarded to Jirhe Sudakov, with the 22-year-old scoring and providing an assist in Shakhtar's 2-1 success over Young Boys. Victor Gyökeres was again in the headlines on Tuesday courtesy of his hat-trick against Man City. Liverpool's Lewis Dias scoring 3 times against Leverkusen, and the 27-year-old was at his best at Anfield, with the Bundesliga champions unable to deal with his pace and movement. Karim Kone completes the side after scoring twice in Salzburg's 3-1 success over Feyenoord. Arsenal lost their first match in the Champions League on Wednesday night as they fell to a 1-0 defeat against Inter Milan. Francis Baitrella for Gazzetta dello Sport writes, Arsenal's corners are poisonous. The scheme already proposed in the Premier League is simple. 4 players position themselves 5 steps from the far post and wait for the ball to be cut into the middle, right in the middle of the 6-yard box. Jan Sommer. The goalkeeper, just over 1.80 meters tall, a factor to consider, has to clear the ball away with his big hand on 3 occasions, and it's not easy. The players tried to hinder him by making the most of their height, but the Swiss is good at keeping his gloves up. With their 5 goals against Red Star in the Champions League, Hansi Flick and Barcelona have set a new all-time record for the Catalan Giants. Ever since the German took charge of one of European football's most storied teams, things have looked up for Barca. A defeat against Monaco in the pre-season Gambler Trophy notwithstanding, or another by the same opponent in the Champions League, as well as a league humbling by Osasuna, the Blaugranes have been in sensational form. We needs it took time to troll Real Madrid in the wake of Wednesday's Champions League defeat to Barcelona. Hansi Flick's side ran out 2 winners in Belgrade to maintain their superb form. The victory came after impressive wins in La Liga over Espanyol, Real Madrid and Sevilla. Indeed, Barcelona's 4-0 hammering of Los Blancos in El Clasico made waves and certainly did not go unnoticed in Serbia. CRVina Zvezda posted on X after the game with Barca, "Hi Real Madrid, we may have lost, but we scored 2 goals." Following the heartbreaking loss, PSG manager Luis Enrique spoke about the defeat that leaves the capital club currently on the outside of advancing to the next phase of the Champions League. There are no words. Enrique told Canal HE Canal supporters, "I believe that in our 3 home matches, we were infinitely superior to our opponents, but we didn't have luck on our side. We have 4 matches left, and as long as we have games, we will fight until the end. But it's hard to explain this result. I've been in football for over 30 years, and I can't explain this. It's just bad luck." Gabriel Jesus has revealed his frustration over his lack of minutes at Arsenal this season. The Brazilian attacker, who was a half-time substitute in the Gunners' disappointing 1-0 Champions League defeat at Inter Milan on Wednesday night, has started just 5 of Arsenal's 16 matches in all competitions so far this term. Jesus has fallen down the pecking order at the Emirates and was recently left out of Brazil's squad for upcoming World Cup qualifiers against Venezuela and Uruguay amid his lack of minutes. But Jesus has now vowed to fight to turn his fortunes around, telling TNT Sports Brasil after last night's loss at the San Siro, "Well, I believe that not only me, but any player, all players, want to have more minutes." Mikel Arteta made it abundantly clear that he strongly disagreed with the 2 penalty decisions that went against his Arsenal side during 1-0 Champions League loss to Inter on Wednesday. "I don't understand," Arsenal's troubled boss told the assembled press post-game. "It's just a deflection. There is no danger at all. You cannot react because you are very close, but okay, they decide that is a penalty."